The fact that they shoot at people as they're waiting in line for humanitarian aid. Dozens of people get shot and killed literally every single day, as they're waiting for food. No, I'm not gonna let you filibuster, bitch. I'm not gonna let you filibuster. I'm not gonna let you filibuster. You guys are totally okay with IDF soldiers shooting and killing desperate people waiting for humanitarian aid. You're okay with that. I find it so unbelievably evil. Unbelievably evil. It shocks my conscience and my soul that people as evil as this exist in this world. Okay? Watching these images, looking at these videos, seeing all these kids desperate, hungry, parentless, trapped in Gaza. And you're sitting here and you're defending it. I can't stand it.
Ana Kasparian did such an amazing job shredding this pro-Israeli gadget that I had to do a part 2 because I couldn't fit all the goodness in one video. So without further ado, let's just get straight back to it. And if you didn't watch part 1 already, I will make sure it's linked below, card up here. I mean, if you can't find it, then you might have a very low IQ. So just find it. It's good. Let's get into it. Yeah, my hair is looking weirder than his face.
The issue.
I don't care about decorum when we're talking about endless
all right, but you must let him answer.
That we're paying for.
All right, but Anna, look, you must let him answer.
Okay, go ahead.
So again, this question of how many civilians, no one asked that question in World War I. No one asked that question in World War II. No one asked that question in the Korean War. No one asked that question in the Vietnam War. No one asked that question in Iraq and Afghanistan, because you do not judge the efficacy, the validity, or the justification of a war depending on how many civilians are killed. If you truly want to end the killing of civilians, then I would urge you to use your platform and use the Young Turks to advocate for a ceasefire, the expurgation, the dismantlement of Hamas.
Don't tell me what to use the Young Turks for.
All right, let me go. All right, let me go to.
Only Yaddy Chunky Yogurt can tell me what to use the Young Turds platform for. By the way, I miss Chunky Yogurt. Where is he at? Where is he at? By the way, for the algorithm, comment Chunky Yogurt, his expiration date in the comments below. We like to have fun here. Anyways, let's get back to it.
Do you have a voice?
Hang on.
Excellent.
Starvation. I never once said that people are being overfed. I never once said that what the IDF is doing inherently all the time is good. What I am saying is the IDF has taken measures that no other Western country has ever taken in modern warfare. The fact that they drop leaflets on buildings telling civilians to evacuate because there are known Hamas entities in those buildings. The fact that they have provided more aid into Gaza post-October 7th than pre-October 7th is something I'm very proud of. And if you believe that the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is not doing enough,
the fact that they shoot at people as they're waiting in line for humanitarian aid. Dozens of people get shot and killed literally every single day, as they're waiting for food. No, I'm not gonna let you filibuster, bitch. I'm not gonna let you filibuster. I'm not gonna let you filibuster. You guys are totally okay with IDF soldiers shooting and killing desperate people waiting for humanitarian aid. You're okay with that. I find it so unbelievably evil. Unbelievably evil. It shocks my conscience and my soul that people as evil as this exist in this world. Okay? Watching these images, looking at these videos, seeing all these kids desperate, hungry, parentless, trapped in Gaza. And you're sitting here and you're defending it. I can't stand it. I can't listen to it. The filibustering is unbearable. It's unbearable.
Honestly, hats off to Ana Kasparian, because she's been yelling and raging on, in debates her entire political career. However, this is something that actually makes sense. I literally cannot be on social media when people are posting the photos and videos of starving and, unalived kids. Ever since becoming a mom, I cannot see even a movie. If anything at all is going to happen to a child, I can't even watch it. I can't even see it because it freaks me out so much, because I think about my baby girl and how if anything ever happened to her, I could not be here anymore. She's my only child right now, so it's not like I'd have other kids to look after. And that's what I'm saying. As a mother especially, I can't even think about these topics, and I don't want to see I don't even want to see the gross, just horrific images and videos. And I get why people spread them, because people need to see what's actually happening. But I'm with you guys. I can't see them. For my own sanity, I really can't. And for this guy, for this little freaking noob Gaggett, comment Gaggett if you're gagging at this Gaggett. Look at the way he's sitting. It's like his legs are probably crossed and his freaking tail is probably between his legs. Like he's giving I don't know, like abused dog from the shelter vibes. And it's just so unlikable. It's so gross. Imagine having to defend Israel's war crimes. What a hard position to defend. But there's the gag it right there, huh?
And what I tell you what,
I can't take it. How can you watch all those kids die?
Okay, let me bring Gideon back in here.
Will you call on Hamas right now to surrender and release the hostages? Do it right now. Say
hostages. Oh my gosh, I swear that's like the main talking point for every pro-Israeli shill. It's like, well, the hostages, blah blah blah. It's like, no, the Israeli government is probably thrilled. They probably planted the hostages because they need justification to do all their war crimes, even though it still does not justify killing or unaliving innocent people, especially children. But still, they need something. Yeah, it's kind of like 9/11 with going into that war, that whole thing. Yeah, you don't think that governments plan these things to justify military intervention? If you don't think that, then I don't, honestly, unsubscribe from life. Not even just my channel, from life, bitch, okay?
I called out Hamas. Hamas from the very beginning. I've got no love for Hamas. It's a terrorist organization. What they did was wrong. I cried over the atrocities that they engaged in on October 7th. But you know what's so disgusting? You want to? Yes, I did. You should watch The Young Turks. That's where you'll see exactly what I had to say about Hamas after October 7th. I even trashed elements of the left who refused to criticize Hamas for what they did. Okay, so you don't have a leg to stand on when it comes to that.
Take that,
you made that
but
clear.
you can't on one hand,
All right.
talk about the injustice of what Hamas did, and then turn around and say it's okay if Israel does it times 1,000.
Yep.
Okay.
This is exactly to the point, guys, because we are constantly being told, oh my gosh, the Holocaust and Hitler, blah, 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 Orange Man Hitler, oh my gosh. Cry. Okay, not that it was a great thing and people do question the numbers. I'm not going to get into that because we are on YouTube after all. These people that claim that genocide is so awful continue to justify their own genocide that they're committing today. We can't go back in time and erase past injustices, but we can prevent injustices from happening now and in the future. But nope, the Israeli government loves to use every single excuse necessary or possible that they can scrape from the bottom of the barrel to justify their genocide in Gaza. It's disgusting. And like I said in the part 1 of this video, I have family in Gaza and Palestine. They're not Muslims, they're not Arabs, they're Orthodox Christians, okay? They're very nice people. Do they deserve to die? For what? Please let me know.
Losing. So it's sort of a catch-22. Either we can safely evacuate them to Egypt, which, by the way, also shares a border with Gaza and has zero interest in taking the Palestinian population, or we can say, well, if you're not willing to safely evacuate them into humanitarian corridors, then you are exposing them to danger in warfare. But it seems like my co-panelists are suggesting that is preferable. That, to me, is something I cannot understand. That is not rational. That is not...
My co-panelists? I'm surprised this nerd is not talking. Like those commentators that are constantly, they have like their glasses on, they're reading glasses. They don't need them. He probably needs them because he looks like a four-eyed freak. But no offense to people with glasses. My sister has glasses. It's just I'm hating on him, My sister can pull them off. I can't. I look like a ugly librarian. It's true. Anyways, I digress. These commentators that purposely like put on their reading glasses and always have a pen in their hand. I don't even have a pen. What do I have? I have a lip gloss. This is so on brand. Lip gloss, but they're like holding the pen like they have to like, yeah, and this and that. Like they're so serious with their like glasses and their earbud, and they have their pen, and they're like, yeah, they're very serious. They have like a pocket square. Yeah, it's just, you're trying too hard. You take yourself too seriously. You can't take yourself that seriously if you look like that. Honestly, no one on this panel should be allowed to take themselves seriously. Because I don't know who this guy is all the way over here. Obviously, Gaget doesn't deserve anyone to take him seriously. Anna, love her in this video, but she's a woman. Women should never be taken seriously in a political manner or a career manner or in any manner. And Piers Morgan, come on. He's got an accent, so automatic, can't be taken seriously. Sorry, unless you're Milo. To me, unless you're Milo. Sorry.
not liberal, that is not justified. We should safely evacuate civilians, take out Hamas and the dictatorial tyrannical regime, and then once the war is finished, you can safely repopulate Gaza with the same civilian population and build Gaza into what it was meant to be when Israel left Gaza in 2005.
The amount of spoon feeding this Gaggett has gotten with these pro-Israeli genocidal talking points, it's no wonder that I look at him and I'm like, you're a Gaggett.
To your point of ethnic cleansing, Israel is doing a pretty shitty job of ethnic cleansing when A, there are more Gazans post-October 7th alive than there were pre-October 7th, and B, Israel has given up Gaza in 2005. They gave up the Sinai Peninsula in 1979. They have consistently given up land in the name of peace. You know how much land the other Arab nations have given up? Zero, because their starting position from 1948 was the eradication of the Jew from the river to the sea. And that's what the root of this conflict is all about, is the inability of the Palestinian leadership to recognize the fruitfulness of coexistence and peace. I believe in coexistence and peace. I believe the war should end. You know who doesn't?
Okay.
Are you going to let him filibuster?
All right, final word to Ana.
The same. Okay, a final word to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. If this was really about getting the hostages back, then Israel wouldn't be raining terror on the Palestinians in the West Bank, which is a separate territory, which was not governed by Hamas, but they are raining terror on them. They're allowing these terrorist settlers to run Palestinians out of their homes. They're bulldozing homes. They're building additional illegal settlements. They're openly talking about annexing the West Bank, by the way. So all of these talking points are so easy to dismantle. Why should Egypt clean up your mess? Why doesn't Israel absorb the Palestinian people in Tel Aviv or some other part of Israel if they're so concerned about civilians getting killed? It's because they're not concerned about civilians getting killed. They do want to ethnically cleanse. They want to force Egypt, which, by the way, is having overpopulation issues of its own, to absorb a problem that was created by Israel and the United States. And no one is under this ridiculous impression that this would just be a temporary relocation of the Palestinian people. Why did Benjamin Netanyahu use the Greater Israel map in the very beginning of this genocide? Publicly, during a press conference. He did it because this is all about the Greater Israel Project. He believes, first of all, he's totally against the Oslo Accords, has been from the very beginning. There are videos of him from when he's in his 20s talking about how the Palestinians should not be allowed to have their own state, their own right to self-determination. We're not stupid, Shabbos, okay? We're not idiots. We see it clearly. You can say whatever you want to say, and the same talking points are regurgitated over and over again. We're not buying it because we can see the facts on the ground. And Gideon Levy, let me just say to you, God bless you. Thank you so much for speaking out, because I know that there are people out there who have the wrong impression of the Israeli people overall. And I'm talking about civilian people. But there are wonderful Israelis. There are people who have the humanity in their hearts and their souls. They see what's happening. They're against it. Wonderful Jews all over the world, including here in the United States, who are protesting against the atrocities that are being committed against the Palestinian people. So thank you, because it's important for people like you to speak out, to at least provide a counter to the narratives and the lies that provide cover for the slaughter that we're seeing right now in Gaza.
Can I go
so
crying?
thank you.
Girl, don't cry. Don't cry. Come do a little e-girl sleepover with me. If you guys saw this, I did tweet a while ago, a little bit ago. I'll just pull it up. That Ana Kasparian, we probably disagree on a lot, but I feel like if we were to have a sleepover, we would be able to get along and we'd have fun. We could, talk a lot of shit about other people, talk shit to each other, but laugh it off and not take it too seriously. And she ended up liking the tweet. So I'm like, hey girl, hit me up. That'd be a fun little e-girl sleepover live stream. Wow, fun. Comment below if you want to see that. I'll try to make it happen. We'll see. Chunky yogurt, sorry, you're not invited, okay? Maybe you can hang out with my husband, but I don't know. Anyways, if you made it to the end of the video, comment an orange heart. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Very great interview, debate from Ana Kasparian. Loved it. She destroyed that Gaggett. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.